Okay, everyone, today we're at another poetry reading series, Sunday, February 23rd today. And we'll be hearing from readings confirming Christina Keddy, One Cloud. David Bateman can't make it, he's in New York. Sarah might show up. But I think we'll begin, and maybe someone else shows up, we could do that later. But for now, I'd like to introduce One Cloud, which you go by the name Marty, right?
Well, Marty Smith, but
Marty
One
Smith,
Cloud is the
professional
for the work.
One Cloud is his professional name. So could you a round of applause, please? For One Cloud, thank you very much. We will listen to your stuff now. Can you just get out of the way?
Thank you very much, Chad. Thank you, Bill, for inviting me here for this, and thank you, everyone, for coming. I also want to thank my friend Mary Fish and the Global Sync Media Productions, which has been producing and sponsoring artists here in Kensington Market since 1997. I just want to say a little bit about the method I use in writing poetry and in painting. For me, a poem begins with a thought, in which it first takes form as an image, and then it's refined into language. So at the end of that process, there's a voice, and I hear that voice inside my mind, so I named that voice One Cloud, and so I attribute the work to One Cloud. For about 20 years, my method was to limit the poem to the most basic image and language. So I produced a published my own book in 2013 called Painted Poems, or Paintings and Poetry. And it's short verse set alongside the paintings, such as this. And the goal of the work is to celebrate the relationship that exists at any moment. So here we have a bird's wing beats the air, Creator's grace lifting her to the waiting branch. So we're just about the relationships between the bird and the air, and time and space. The soaring bird sees children leap into water where elephants drink. The water's everywhere. The children and elephant might not be in the same place at the same time, but the bird sees that they're sharing the water. Spring flowers recall the mysterious union wherein we began. So anyway, I just like to pass those around. People can look through them. About 5 years ago, I woke up in the middle of the night with the haunting thought that, well, short verses and paintings may not be a significant enough body of work, and that maybe it was important for a serious poet to write a long poem, to write an epic. So I put myself to the task and ended up with about 20 pages, or some 40,000 words. And I worked, and focusing, trying to find the story in it. Came up, finally in 2018, I came out with this, Sophia's Dream, down to 300 lines. I think I'm happy with it as it is. And it's several voices in the story. One of the main voice in the story is poetry. Poetry is a character all of its own. And then the other voices are different versions of myself. So in that sense, it's fairly autobiographical. Anyway, I'm just going to read parts of it today. Sophia's Dream by One Cloud. Prologue. Who gives voice to the memory of Sophia's dream, or have heard it? Poetry is a light on truth. They say the source of light is a Big Bang. I'm a big bang, or I get a bang out of poetry, or I get all banged up over the beginning of everything, or anything, or my beginning, or the beginning of a poem. I go off and turns you on, off we are, on to something new or old. They say the source of light is a big bang. Bang, 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 bang! Modernity is the future present. Culture has gone to dust, the past just a nightmare. On this bent across space, our ship goes into the future. Homer's crew is gone, there is no hero. Every day I'm held by the sunrise. The present is my salvation. I do exist only now. I have memory. It does not prove time. Memory only is as breadcrumbs left, then impossible to find. Only art is grand. Even mountains grow only to be worn down by wind and rain. Oh, nature. Nature is all time. The rain is everything. The wind is the breath of creation. The celestial wheel turns a path. We call it past. And when I walk to the shore, it meets me. End of prologue. The building of liberty. Sophia dreams of justice, and Patra builds liberty. And Sophia, bound in darkness, dreamed of a wonderful city named Justice, where her grandchildren flourish. Sophia tells Patra about her dream, and she sends him with his brothers and sisters to find justice. Unable to find justice, Patra builds a city, and he names it Liberty. He writes laws that establish order. Order enables Patra to accumulate wealth, which increases his power, and greater power increases his wealth. The order placed the sisters at their brother's service. Patra said to his brothers, "This order is just." So justice is to be found here at Liberty. Patra sends explorers to find Sophia and bring her to justice. But the brothers are blinded by experience. Lust leads them into conquest over everything they encounter. At witness, the creatures cry. Outside it is dark. The deep water is cold. A boomer when the bomb was the beginning of the atomic age. The boys all live to be athletes or heroes. There are no heroes, only police and soldiers who sacrifice their allegiance to justice for a badge of privilege. They called it the baby boom. We, explosive babies, poised to take and destroy all in our reach. To think that in the whole universe we would be Star Trekkers. But the trek is trod. We cannot stand in space. We have only one Earth. Ding. Watching the old pond, I don't see a frog jump in. Something just went splash. The poet. Wakening during those moments when in slumber light penetrates thought, when in dreaming the conscious self is also present, that foggy place, just before waking, there the voice whispered, poetry is the province of the young. Poetry is ageless. Dreams deserve a poet's attention. I take shelter from the wind howling into dreamscape where mystery guides me to the edge of poetry. In my 60s, trained in design, form, purpose. Purpose may be at odds with youth, or did I lose my insight? Was my relevance displaced? Right away my mind raced to Carl Sandburg. Isn't my old father of poetry important any longer? I feel invisible on the internet where poets just organize electrons, where entertainment pushes poets to be video artists, musicians, actors to the end of time. The wrath and rapture is lost in the overwhelming destruction of culture and of nature in the pursuit of supremacy over mankind, over womankind. Culture is dissolved on my eyelids. I cite my devotion to poetry while I witness the destruction of language. 1984 is 2004, I think, 2014, 2024. Someone took Orwell's book, used it as a cookbook to following the instructions to codify language into consumable goods. Social groups are organized into consumer values. Marketing targets the set. Social commentary is recirculated to the same group. Political ideas are categorized. Search engines profile us, sifting the most desired point of view to the top. Specialization narrows, isolates information. The road to memory. Inside, the idea begins, then language. Wind bends grass, while earth turns under sun. Warm sunshine on frozen garden, rusty tools. Clackety-clack, one thought to the next till death. New moons circling old planets, stirring coffee. Soldiers' remains arrive in hometown, morning news. The month of June each year stimulates my energies as a tide on blood. Each minute more daylight, stimulating my visual cortex root. Even closed eyes vibrating, mind flashing, grand arc eyeing the horizon. Summer solstice. The argument. Enlightenment requires that we on justice wait. There is no natural justice. Justice is actionable practice. Justice is sharing from plenty to scarcity, to rescue people who are in need. Those in an abundant place must deliver respite to those who are suffering. Time for a change. Change your mind. Change the diaper. Change in my pocket. Oops, I dropped it. Change rolling down the sidewalk, rattling windows. Change passing passers-by. Change the constant E equals mc squared. Constant light speed. Constant change. It's all a bit ridiculous, really. Can't take one step after the other without changing something. What would you like to change? Silent poets on empty pages? That would be a change. Dry oil wells? Change that, eh? Put down the guns. Pick up a broom. Let's clean up this mess. That's a change to see. Looking for truth in every direction, make it up as you go. Looking for truth in any direction, stumble in the dark. Patriarchy is the root of war. We begin in stardust, but the economy is all that matters. The establishment of necessity. Hidden in memory, Sophia weeps, imprisoned by forgotten purpose. when justice is dreamed, salvation's heaven. Then virtue guides her brothers into the dark wilderness. From witness to necessity they trek, when on the road of dialogue at experience it is too dark. Virtue camps, and there she sleeps. Virtue's restlessness guides her to Sophia's dream of justice. Then strength raises her up, so she tells them that she dreamed. In memory, wisdom is who justice keeps. So when sons embrace her vision, or dream their sister's peace, when justice is known a labor worth it, so men do it, so men want it, then let women lead. Salvation needs you. Follow, for justice dreamed for it to be. Salvation needs you follow, justice dreamed for it to be. So maybe that is all there is to tell. I think I'll just leave it with that.
One more.
One more.
Do another one.
Very good. Yay!
This one here. This is what, to me, it's about. In our heaven, when all we need to be content is to watch children grow. Pure and perfect they, delivered into our care, embrace every love. All creation is wrought of divine perfection for children's delight. Are you out of time yet, Bill?
Read some more.
Yeah.
O holy rhythm, playing in earth's richest grace under comfort's sky. On peace dawn awake, one cloud is for all delight. Rise on passion's night. I have to leave it at that. Thank you so much.
That's good.